Very good evening to you. Welcome to the Wednesday night edition of Sports Tonight. I'm Yemi Adebayo. Well, there's a lot to talk about on the show tonight. We have lined up for you, a feast of football going on right now in Europe, talking about the UEFA Champions League. We'll be talking about that. But there's so much to talk about on the domestic scene today, talking about the Federation Cup, talking about the Nigeria Professional Football League. We'll be talking about what the winners, the champions, what some of you think you already know who the champion is going to be, but we have to wait till the final day. What the winners will take home. We'll be talking about that on the show tonight. We'll also be talking about what's been happening. Talking about the cyber attack on WADA. We'll be talking about that for you on the show as well. We will also, if time allows, talk about Sam Allardyce. His travels. He's lost his job, but he's not completely out of the. He's not completely out because the FA might just. We'll be looking into the issues, and one or two things might happen if he is found to have acted inappropriately in his role as the England manager. That will be the outlook of the show tonight. But let me pause a little and tell you that you can be part of everything that we're doing tonight. We always tell you that you're very important to us, and of course, we will never take you for granted. I want you to send in your views, your thoughts on this program. You can do that on Facebook. It is Channels iPhone Sports, and on Twitter you can get across to us at Channels_Sports. You can put us in the direction you want us to go, talk about some of these issues. A lot happening, especially in the Federation Cup. We're going to be dealing extensively with the Federation Cup tonight. We're talking about some of the things that we do not like to see in Nigerian football. Of course, you can read all our top stories on www.channelstv.com. You can also view all our top stories on youtube.com/channelsweb. Well, it gets better. You can take it a step further. If you have iPad, iPhone, or BlackBerry, all you need to do is go to mthechannelstv.com, follow the link, and you'll be carrying Channels Television anywhere you go. And of course, you can download the Channels TV app for your Android, iOS, and Windows from their respective stores. And what you do, you'll be carrying Channels Television with you everywhere you go, ensuring that you are not missing out on everything that your award-winning Channels Television is going to be putting on offer. And like we always tell you, sports is just a slice of what you get on Channels Television. All right, let me introduce to you the guys that will be taking that trip together from this hand. You are also on that trip as well. But from this hand, let me quickly introduce to you the guys that will be starting, and hopefully we'll end together this show this lovely Wednesday evening. Sitting right next to me, news editor of one of the best-selling sports newspaper in Nigeria, Oyewunchi Nwachukwu. Always glad to have you with us.
Thanks for having me, Yemi. How are you doing?
I'm good. Well, and of course, Tony Bitoye keeps his shirt, sitting on the other side as well tonight. Tony, always good to have you. Super Eagles Media Officer, one of our own, but Super Eagles Media Officer Tony Bitoye, always good to have you with us, whichever side you decide to sit on.
What's important is that I'm in the team. So wherever I'm told to play, whether to play in the attack or in the midfield or the defense or to be the goalkeeper, you're a part of the team, and it's a winning team. So I'm happy to be here all the time.
You mean you can kill too?
Wherever you put me, I'll perform.
Okay. Yeah. All right. So, of course, tonight you know that as we speak, the UEFA Champions League is going on, and it's good to know that goals have been coming in aplenty. We'll bring you up to speed with what is going on. Well, the Gunners, talking about Arsenal, 2 goals up against Basel, 2 goals from Theo Walcott, Ludogorets and PSG, all these matches in Group A. Some Arsenal fans will be happy with this one. Besiktas 1-0 up over Dynamo Kiev. Napoli 4 goals up against Benfica, and of course Borussia Mönchengladbach 1-0 up against Barcelona. Of course, I didn't see this coming as well. Celtic, this one, we dominated our thoughts. I know Tony was saying that these guys were just scoring goals. 3-3, it stands now. If there's any change, we'll let you know. Atletico Madrid, this is the biggest game of the night. Atletico Madrid leading by 1-0.
Semi-final last year?
Yes.
A repeat of the semi-finals last year, and it was the same result?
Yeah. Some have said the best attack, and Rostov as well in action. Any of these results, maybe I should start with any of the results come as a surprise. I'm particularly, impressed with Celtic, especially after the hammering that they received from Barcelona, and now they're giving Manchester City a fight.
Yeah, the Champions League is a different ballgame. It's not like domestic league. Sometimes teams save the best for the Champions League. The manager is able to sack them up. And for Brendan Rodgers, he has been in the EPL before he went to Celtic. So he's a top-class manager too. He knows, how to play the big competition. So for me, it's not a surprise. You have to come with your, A game when you're playing on the continent. And for Manchester City, all the star players are involved. When you play against Celtic at their home ground, which is quite magnificent, you have to come with a better game plan. And if you don't do that, you are probably going to get the shock of your life. And that's what we're seeing today. 3 goals from each side, and it's a 6-goal thriller.
I'll tell you, Arsenal, early days, morale boosting winner over Chelsea. You expect them to beat Basel. But sometimes even in the UEFA Champions League, they allow things to slip. But it seems that they're going in the right direction now. Yeah,
2-0 up to Walcott. Looks like re-engineered to Walcott. Is now getting the goals with the 2 goals for the Gunners. But Arsenal fans all across the globe will be watching out for what PSG is doing at Ludogorets. They are 3-1 up, and that puts them on top of the table as it stands. What Arsenal needs to avoid is finishing second, as they always do. Which puts them in danger of facing a far more difficult team in the knockout phase. So as it stands, I think Arsenal will probably push for more goals. Games like these are the ones that you need to win so convincingly. At the end of the day, you could be tied on points with Paris Saint-Germain, and then the goals will come. But the surprise for me is Borussia Mönchengladbach 1-0 up over Barcelona. A Messi-less Barcelona anyway. But then even without Messi, Barcelona have shown that they can get the goals. They got 5 against Guillaume over the weekend without Messi, and I was thinking I was going to come into this game to get some goals, because that Barcelona attack, whether Messi is there or not, will always manage to create chances and score goals. But up till now, almost 65 minutes of football played. They're yet to find the back of the net. Mönchengladbach still leading.
But 25 minutes is a long time in football.
Very long time. But
a lot of this crap.
I think defensively, Barca to have their own problems. They have frailties defensively, and they've lost at home this season.
Okay,
remember?
John level now.
Okay.
So it's Barcelona 1, Mönchengladbach 1. They just drew level now.
That's the update for you.
So that's the update. Barcelona have equalized, and that's exactly what we're saying. That team, that strike force, would always create goals, will always score goals, and they've done it. It's 1-1 now. Mönchengladbach 1, Barcelona 1.
So we'll see how all of that, how everything pounds out in that one. I've been impressed by Napoli in the UEFA Champions League. A lot of people have, wanted to see how they will react, losing Gonzalo Higuain. But it seems as if it has not really mattered. Last time out, got goals. Now they're 4 goals up. That's the team that has really surprised me. So we'll see what happens.
Yeah, Benfica, did fairly well by their own standards last season, and then to be hammered 4-0 by Napoli is.
I think the bottom line is that perhaps the coach has not built the team around any player. That's what happens. It's a problem when you have a star player or 2-3 very good players. Anytime they have issues with injuries or they've gone to another club, then the team will collapse. But Napoli, every season, they always do well. So it shows that the coach has built his team, around all the players available. For selection.
All right. Let me allow Tony talk about this one quickly before we leave. Alex will be in action for us now. I saw some few minutes in that game, playing so well. A lot of people will be looking in his direction now, and also Kelechi Iheanacho when the Super Eagles play.
That's the joy. That's the joy of the coach. And that's the joy of every Nigerian. When, a few years ago, we were always complaining that our players are not playing the top games in Europe. We don't have players in top clubs in Europe. But that has changed now. And I think it should be gladdening for all of us that we have players in top clubs, not just playing in top clubs, making up the number, or sitting on the bench. We have players in top clubs who are contributing their own fair share to the success and the performance of their teams. We saw what Iwobi did against Chelsea. Was
Winning
man of the match. For me, that's a huge statement that the guy has a lot of promise. And I tie all of this around Iwobi's invitation to the national team. Things began to turn around for Alex Iwobi when he got called up to the national team, the Olympic team, and then the national team, and then he started getting playing time. Played a few games on the friendlies, and that for me was a turnaround for Alex Iwobi. So in a way, these things work hand in hand.
Yeah.
If you are called up by your country, boost your confidence, your club begins to value you more, and then you go to your club, you're able to do it as well. It also rubs off on your national team. We missed him against Tanzania, and I'm happy that he's going to be around. I hope he stays out of injury because after today's game, I'm sure it will not pick up any knock. We don't pray for any injuries. There's
so
still
we
a
have
game.
Our best players.
Yeah, there's still a game this weekend to look forward to. So we want to see Alex get involved as well, stay out of injury, and then come around for the game against Zambia. It's good for us to have all our guys firing on all cylinders.
All right, let's move on and talk about sports development in Nigeria. You could almost be forgiven if you don't know that the National Youth Games is going on. Not really much has been heard about it, but let's really talk about that a little. The National Youth Games currently going on, and I think that's where the focus should be now, especially if we're really interested in developing sports in Nigeria.
Yeah, absolutely, Yemi. I mean, the games going on in Ilorin at the moment, and I've read some, spectacular performances from athletes.
Yeah.
Like you said, this is where to catch them young. If we are serious about, getting talents for international championship, for the Olympic Games, for future assignments, this is the place to be for the National Sports Commission, the Sports Ministry.
All right.
And not just getting them, we must follow up.
Okay.
And this tournament should be held, regularly, so that at this level, the athletes will have something to look forward to, so that every state will now take this tournament, as a focus, for them to prepare their athletes. And when you compete against the best, what it means is that you are going to get sharper, you are going to get the best out of these athletes, and you pick your teams from these athletes. I just hope the various sporting federations are there monitoring. For instance, there are good performances from the karatekas. We hope that the Karate Federation is there, the Gymnastics Federation. All these federations are there to pinpoint and discover athletes.
All right. Hopefully, we will link up with later on Yinka Owulewa, a sports journalist based in Kwara. He will be filling us in with a lot of things happening at the National Youth Games. But let me quickly come back to Toyin. And from our own side, what can you say about the media coverage when things like this are going on? It's not. I don't know, but speaking from this side, I don't think we're doing enough to really highlight what is going on right now in Ilorin.
We could do more. We could do more. But I must commend those who have been giving it excellent coverage. I see a lot of the reports from the National Youth Games, but I said we can do a lot more. This is very key. I mean, if we want to be show commitment to grassroots development, this is very key. There's also, a Youth Olympics where these athletes that are picked from these games will be able to compete. All right, but the thing is, at these games there are no ball games, there are no basketball, no football, but rowing is making a debut here, and karate, canoeing, karate, and then a few of the other sports are there. But it's something that we can build up on. But I think while commending the National Sports Commission or the Federal Ministry of Youth and Sports, as the case may be, we also need to look at the National Sports Festival. Nothing looks like it's happening around that area.
Okay.
As we, getting close to the end of the year.
All right. So we'll hopefully the people in authority will listen and make the right adjustments. We need to go on a quick break. When we return, we'll come to the domestic league, and hopefully we'll still go to Ilorin, where we'll get more updates on what's happening in the National Youth Games. We'll go for this break. We'll be back for more on Sports Tonight.